when it comes to our decision making in terms of what we decide to wear and where it should come from. Okay, so we all know that as Africans, majorly I'll be talking about Nigerian Africans and the effect of colonialism on us. And it spiraled back to our forefathers, where they literally had natural golds, diamonds and all of that, and they would sell it for piecemeal. I'll call it piecemeal because the advantage of the whites over us is the fact that they've grown massive when it comes to technology and way back. So imagine when our parents didn't even know there was something called cutlery to eat, and these guys would bring gold cutleries to them, and there was just some sort of excitement, and they would give away their lands that had natural resources for piecemeals, but they didn't know it was all about working on their mind. So the colonial masters really did work on our forefathers and their mind, and unfortunately the grip is still there today. And you see this is very, very popular with the Black Americans in America, where they really want to work hard and then go spend their hard-earned money on brands, global big names. So today they want to wear Gucci. It gives them some sort of status, feeling like they're big boys. Until you wear those big names, you've not arrived. It's the effect of colonialism, where you do not appreciate yours. The white man has made us believe that there is the superiority complex of their brands versus what we have locally. And colonialism has done more harm than good, I must really say. It has done more harm than good. And the effect is, our mindset is, we see our things as inferior, our fashion as inferior. We see basically everything that made in Nigeria, made in Africa as inferior compared to global brands. So today, I would wear a shirt, and I'll probably wear a nicely curated Ankara piece, which is so full of creativity and should be appreciated. And someone else would wear like the Gucci brand or something, and then they'll still see, in terms from a status point, would be seen, more superior than, that local outfit. It's all about the mind. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the effect of colonialism on the Africans. And honestly speaking, I think African billionaires are beginning to change the narratives, where I think there was a conference one time, Tony Elumelu participated, I think in the US, and he was fully regaliated in the African piece, where they are trying to make that statement that we strongly believe in our own piece, we strongly believe in our own fashion. Our fashion actually matters, like Black lives too matters. So I think the whole colonialism thing, way from our forefathers, of making them feel inferior even as a person, or our locally bred brands, like making everything look inferior compared to the global brands. I think it's a thing that has strong hold on us over the years. And basically today's podcast, today's clip is just to help us open our minds. I absolutely agree that when it comes to technology, ways of doing things, these guys, the whites, have gone very, very far. Europeans have done well when it comes to technology, innovations and improvements in all of this. However, the reason why we go abroad, the reason why we send our children to go study out there is to go learn and improve, because of course we're still way behind when it comes to technology and some strong innovations. However, we should go to learn and come back to implement those knowledge. We should go to learn and then come back to implement those things that we've learned, and then this is how we can boost our own. I'll tell you something, today it is undoubtedly unanimously agreed globally that when it comes to entertainment, Africa has taken over. Entertainment, Africa has taken over. And fashion, we are already making a statement that these guys are beginning to see that. I think these guys have come to stay. So in every set globally, Africa has come to take over in entertainment and fashion. So I see the colonialism effect on Africans gradually wading off. So The hold is there strongly, Daddy, and I'm not going to even shy away from the fact that an average youth would rather rock a global brand than proudly rock a local brand. It's there, but then it is upon us, the onus is upon us that we also do a high level type of sensitization to help people appreciate themselves, help people appreciate their brands, help people appreciate their creativity. Because honestly speaking, Africans are talented, massively talented, and I dare to say most of the global powerhouses today are being led by Africans. Okay, so the time is now that we begin to honor, respect, appreciate everything that we do locally, especially with regards to fashion. Thank you.
So that means we also need to work on our mindset, as in to be able to free, just like what Fellas said, free yourself from colonial slavery. Well, we'll quickly go on break. We'll soon be back after this time out.
More life Jésù gan, mo fẹ́ràn Jésù gan, mo ní more life Jésù gan, mo fẹ́ràn Jésù gan, because anyway.
So you are welcome back to DADDYMEE'S Playground. Before we went on break, our host said something about the colonial effect on our mind. That we need to set ourselves free. Well, let's leave that and move. Let's move forward a little. Jdnahilie, sorry, ma'am, you have a fashion brand, and I would like to ask this question. What's the life cycle of building the brand? The life cycle of building the brand, and tell us your experience building one to it.
Okay, so I think thanks, Daddy. I'll just cast our mind back to what I said at the beginning when I said I come from 6th generation of creatives like fashion brand owners and all of that. I dare to say that I come from the Delta part of Nigeria, Delta State part, the Ogwashuku side, and
that's good.
There's this local fabric that we are popularly known from. It's called the Aqua. I'd like to say that I come from the generation of people, Aqua Ocha. I come from the generation of people who actually started this fabric. Like it came from my lineage. So my great grandparents were the first merchandiser for Aqua Ocha. So basically, you'll see that it's in the blood. Yeah, there's somewhere in the blood that really loves fashion. Even first degree, second degree in science and all of that. However, fashion has come to stay as my number one passion. And when it was time to look into what to do outside, professional career and all of that, fashion was easy to just think of. But yeah, there is a life cycle for building a brand. And honestly speaking, you see that there's a drop in my tone. It's not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the faint-hearted. Building a brand is not jokes. It's not water. It's not ABC. It has to do with a lot of the mental work. It has to do with a lot of you have to be bold. That audacity must be there, because first and foremost, I'll come back to the brand life cycle, but going to, you want to locally make shirts where there are big names already, and the class of people you'll be selling these shirts to are people who classism, in quotes, is something for them. The 9-to-5ers, they fall into those classist type of people. Yes. So they like to wear brands, they like to wear big names, they like to feel among, in the midst of their colleagues. So how do I even start from selling locally made shirts to them, and how do I want to even survive the whole, and I've had it, I'm coming back to that. So this just shows that starting a brand is no joke, especially when you are trying to create a niche where big names already exist. Yeah. So for me, I say the life cycle of research shows that it takes 15 solid years to build a brand, And I always tell people that it's different from buying and selling. You could decide to get some products from China and just sell and all of that. It's totally different from building a brand. Building a brand takes a lot more. Building a brand takes, you are building credibility, you are building a name, you are building a community of people. Till tomorrow, nothing you say to some Africans, they will always go for their Hays and Curtis shirts. Till tomorrow, nothing you want to tell an average crazy bushy girl that will make her not go for her bushy. However, when building a brand, you have to be bold, you have to be daring, you have to make up your mind that you are here to do this. It's no joke. You're going to lose money. You're going to be. Do you know what it means? It's like the bamboo tree theory. It takes 5 years. You plant the bamboo tree and nothing is showing at the surface for solid 5 years. And then within those 5 years, apparently research shows that an average brand dies between 0 to 5 years because it's frustrating. You're not getting what you're putting in is not commensurate with what you are getting, and then you just want to give up. And a lot of brands are factory guys, and some of them major in different areas. They might just be major in collar. Some people are just in the collar section where they just cut collar and they know how to put it together. They probably do not even know how to put the buttons and all of that. When you think of local shirts, do not think of your fashion designers and your tailors. And that's why these guys try it. And then you see some funny, we'll get into that. You see some funny things and then you just know that this thing, one carpenter made it. And that's why people will not even just appreciate the whole idea of local shirts. However, today, the whole idea of Jdnahilie was to bring abroad home. We understand the economic effects of and how hard it is to get money generally. And we still understand that people still want to look good and they want to wear proper things. And we thought of how to fuse all of that together, give you excellence at not so much costs. And that was the whole idea of Jdnahilie. So basically, we have the global knowledge of what a solid shirt should look like. We understand and we're able to research the point to know that there are guys in this country that have the capacity, they have the machinery, they have everything. In fact, one of them now goes global, he goes to different countries to talk about fashion and all that. Massive manufacturers that are into this production, and they may come a little bit, high when it comes to cost, but they give excellence and value for your money. So the whole idea of Jdnahilie, with my little experience and I've somehow also seen outside of this country. So all those knowledge came together. Like I said at the beginning, that when we send our children abroad to study and all of that, it's not just for the whole fancy and status of it. It's to go learn and bring back, and that's how a country improves. Bring back that knowledge and invest here in Nigeria. I had the option of actually taking my shirts outside to China and then give them specification they produce for me. Then I thought, how do I improve the GDP of this country if that's what I'm doing? Jdnahilie is not big today to contribute, whatever to contribute to the GDP of the country. But if we start from here and we grow from here, someday to contribute to the GDP of the country. So, and that's why the model around Jdnahilie is made in Nigeria or made in Africa by Africans for Africans, basically. So, and that's the whole idea of Jdnahilie. I hope I've been able to do justice to that.
Wow. I love that. I love my heart for Jdnahilie. Let's quickly go on break with from the back. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oluwapelumi Jude Johnson, aka DADDYMEE'S.
You are welcome back to DADDYMEE'S Playground. Before leaving this place today, I still have one question I would like to ask JD. When you talk about shirts, because I've seen, I have some of your charts, some of your shirts with me, and I want our audience to benefit from what's on now. So when you say a shirt is of high quality, what parameters do you look at for? When you say this shirt is of a high quality, what are the parameters? What I think you look at for?
Very good question. Okay, so Daddy, I'll also share our journey so far and how we were able to even eliminate some suppliers or some. So I'd say there are big scale, medium scale, and small scale manufacturers or producers. So when you talk of the quality of the shirts, okay, seams.
Seams.
I got a shirt as a gift recently from the abroad. And I was comparing the quality of the seams of that shirt. No shades. I love the shirt, beautiful and all of that. And for that cost, I think it cost around almost 30 pounds. And convert it to, the cost in naira that we sell Jdnahilie shirts. I was just smiling. And there was nothing out of this world when it comes to the seams. And that's where we are in terms of the quality of the shirt. The seams is the finishing. How neat is the finish? And that's why I said earlier that not every tailor, fashion designer, even big names, actually understand the science or the creativity around shirts. Okay, I was okay. Now that I'm into the fashion business, I take my time to read a lot, anything fashion. And then I recently read that respects to him, actually started, by selling shirts. And then I think some guys testified to the fact that it was some bank guys, he was producing shirts for them, and they really did love it. Yeah, that's to say, not everyone understands the science of shirts, and that's why you see regular guys have to make your native, what do you call this native looking Jdnahilie, or all these natives and all, and they will show it to be nice properly and all that. But when it comes to shirts, it's looking all funny, and that's because there is a science in producing shirts, and there's the parameters you look at for when you talk about the quality of shirt. So since it's one.
Well,
another quality that you need, especially for guys, is the collar of any shirt.
Yes.
An average solid shirt, the collar should stand on its own, and I don't mean iron looking stand. Like, you see, this is flexible but standing. Hand wash it, machine wash it over and over again. There is a bone inside of this.
Yes.
And I actually requested for the bone because it's one of the bones that they put in Hayes and Curtis. So, if you do not understand this, you also do not understand that there is that, science around how a collar should look like. An average tailor and fashion designer will put an iron stay. I don't know, they will iron stay and put it like instead, and then you wash it once or twice. It's gone because they don't even know the materials that should go into making it proper. Then another one which is very critical. I'm doing this. Don't worry, I'm properly dressed, so nothing is showing. You see this? The quality of the buttons. The quality of the button of a shirt also matters, because what we see today is, I have a client that said, I don't buy locally made shirts because they always have a button issue, and he was right. Now let me tell you, it's been a long journey from 2023 till today, because we've had productions. I started with guys that there's something called specification. I have some quality specification in my head of what I want.
I had some of the shirts, and anytime I want to, just do one or two colors here.
It takes 15 years to solidly establish a brand and say you are a brand now. So they are just 3 years. So we are working the work. We're not going to get tired. But when it comes to the quality of shirt, please look out for the seams, the finishing of the shirt. Look out for the collar. Look out for the button. How the buttons are properly laid and how easy the buttons go through the button holes, and maybe the press ones like this, and how easy. So what happens is some of them are pressed, but it gets weakened over time, and then it runs out. So also look out for that. So whatever it is, you look out for, make sure that when you look out for the solidity of your shirt, how quality a shirt is, look out for the seams, the finishing, look out for the collar, look out for the buttons, and basically another one is this. This is not so critical, because the frame you put, whatever it is you put in to make this solid, is not required here. But you can also know how good the shirt is from here. It's very rare parameter, but OGs in the game understand. And then if you pass on this, you pass on this, you pass on the seams, they'll still hold you on this.
That's great. I would like to. There's one of these white shirts. I don't know if it's unisex. I think I saw it on
Hawaiian white.
Yeah. This one that has gold plated stuff and two ends. It was wonderful. I really love it.
That's like the Odongo of them all.
really love it.
Yeah.
Today we have come to the conclusion of Jdnahilie Playground for today. But in conclusion, my advice to Africans is to bust this made in abroad companies is to patronize fellow Africans. Hence, we implore you to patronize Jdnahilie for all your shirts needs. So, JD, tell us how to patronize you. How can we get you?
Thanks, Daddy. So, to buy from us at Jdnahilie, please go to our website www.jdnahilie.com. Jdnahilie is spelled as Jdnahilie, and all our social media handles is Facebook is at Jdnahilie, Instagram at Jdnahilie, TikTok at Jdnahilie. And you can also message us on this WhatsApp line for all your shirt needs, 08108 117 980. Thank you.
So do not forget to follow us, like, and subscribe on all of our social media, and bye for now.